Brain is one of the organs in the body that are really protected organs in our bodies. Number one is brain, and God had a reason why as why to is protected like that. You see, so we must continue in that line. We must protect it, and I want us to look in the areas that may affect us. One or two areas that may affect us. Yeah. So, despite the fact that it is better protected than any other organ in the body, all physical aggression against the brain should be avoided. You see, uh, like for example, let's say electromagnetic radiation is also a physical agent that can affect the brain. We should mostly practice exercise to supply enough oxygen to the brain. You see, we should practice good nutrition to help the blood supply energy to the brain. Like for example, I can say food for the brain mostly like let's say carrots, onions, eggs, guavas, cassava, you see, because the brain needs enough energy and a good oxygen supply. Unaweza saidia kwa pancake. Asante. We should protect the brain against the chemical substances that may affect it. You see, chemicals like chemicals that, for example, I'm not against drinking as such, but like I said yesterday, God gave us free will. You see, and that's the only thing that I always say. That's the only thing that we own in this world, the free will. Everything else is secondary and can go at any time. You'll only be left with one thing, the free will, that God really gave us freely and lovingly, that we should exercise. And the example I always give is Jesus Christ on the cross. You see, because even at the time of his death, he had an option, you see, not to go ahead with it because he was God in human form. Me, I'm a believer, and I believe that if he had that free will that we have been given direct from the Creator, he will have exercised it then and said that, no, me, I don't want to die. I'm God. I can call my angels. You see, I have dozens and thousands and millions of angels. You see? But he exercised the free will and opted to die for you and me if you are a Christian. So you have a free will. I'll always say that. And you can exercise it, you see, to protect your body. Drinking is one option, but you can and you should, you can and you should avoid it. You see, you should avoid alcohol to protect the brain. You should avoid drugs to protect the brain. You should avoid like certain neurotoxic, you see, like cocaine and stuff, to avoid damaging the brain, you see. And most importantly, like I said earlier, you must focus on what you eat, you see. Foods definitely influence brain function. Some foods and certain plants have a confirmed neuroprotective effect, and their regular use keeps neurons in good condition, you see. So we should take good care of the brain and avoid anything that can negatively affect the brain function, because it's the one most essential organ that God gave us, you see. So we are here with a purpose. Like I said yesterday, we are here with a purpose, and we should participate in any activities as a blessing that God entitled to us to do. I said yesterday that we shouldn't be negative thinkers. We should think positive, that life is not hard. Life is okay. You see? Life is not hard. Life is okay. And whoever says that life is hard, tell him or her to go ask.
The boy put the
To go ask his mom or dad, you see, or 12%. Usually, oh, what's that? 12.
Right. Thank you. Water is very beneficial for the eyes, whether used for rinse.
Okay, so guys, we should do that. For example, there are like diseases that when you feel you have them, you must go check the doctor. You see, like let's say for example headache with nausea or vomiting, loss of balance, you see, or visual disturbances, like when you are not when you're not stable. You see, you must check yourself well. So you must go and see the doctor earlier enough. You say, like in Kiswahili, you say that uh, like kuchelewa ukichelewa unasema aje? Ukichelewa no, kujenga ukuta, yeah, kujenga usipoziba, yeah, I will remember. Usipoziba ufa utajenga ukuta, you see. So like they always say, if you don't cover a certain hole through the wall, a certain crack through the wall early enough, it will force you at some point to build a new wall. In Kiswahili we say usipoziba ufa utajenga ukuta. Like if you don't fill the crack on the wall on time, you will definitely build the entire wall. Okay. A steady supply of oxygen is the brain's first and most important need. Without this vital gas, which comes from clean air, the brain cannot perform any of its functions. You see, a steady supply of oxygen. A steady supply of oxygen is the brain's first and most important need. First and most important need. So, So a steady supply of oxygen is a steady supply of oxygen is the brain's first and most important need. You see? First and most important need. For example, when you you're in a place with no oxygen supply, your brain will be the first to die. You see? Your brain will be the first to die. That's why there are some jobs that, though we can say that they have money, you get some money through them, but according to me, I rather not go that road because it's a it's a 50-50 chance of life. For example, when you go mining, you see, when you go mining and then you go you enter the deep in the holes and you go so much deeper that you lack oxygen because definitely under there's no oxygen. Yeah, and you keep doing it every day. You do it every day. Every day you do that. You see, to you it may seem like normal, but you don't know. I tell you, you don't know. You see, you don't know. So you might be a walking dead without knowing. You are dying while you're walking. You are actively dying every day. You see? So there are some jobs before you. Okay, I'm not saying that we should not do them, but there are some jobs we should really leave it for machines. You see? So, and that's why uh, the investors have come up with so many ways to help us. But people still stick to their old ways, and they are really not healthy. You see? So, like I always say, we should be always love lovable. We should love ourselves, and we should life. The life has no rehearsal. They say that life has no rehearsal. You live it once, and you should live it correct. You see? So whatever you do now, it has been done. You will never undo that. So you should do something that definitely when you will look back, you will be proud of. Hmm? So when you hear something like this, don't go and say, no, I must. No, you don't. You don't. It's like right now we have motorcycles, we have cars, but you decide that you want to use the old ways of life. You want to trek to far distances, like for example, you want to go a distance from Siaya to Nairobi or Kisumu to Mombasa on foot, like they used to do in the past days. You see, that was an era that have been done away with, and right now, machines are doing that work. So before you go do the jobs, uh, like do your survey, calculate your math, compare the benefits and the worst situations that may occur. You see, so I'm not a grow host, I'm not a grow host, but I can tell you for a fact that if you really don't have a job, look for a phone. You see? Look for a phone. Look for a phone, just a phone like this. Can change your life, huh? It can change your life. Yeah, true. It can really change your life. Take a phone, open a YouTube account, open a TikTok account, open an X account, open a Facebook account. Be serious. Be a serious content creator. It pays. Give it your work. It pays. AI has come to help the creators do their creation. You see, so there's no excuse of laziness that there's no job. Life is hard. Life is hard if you don't want to push yourself and work upon your own success. You see, I don't listen to that those make rumors, not even rumors, like uh those shameless, like those who keep blaming the government, keep blaming God for their own mistakes and for their own fault. I've already told you that everything you do it but by your own will. Everything. If you don't will, you can never do it. And that's the gift that God really gave us. You see? So, in addition to oxygen, glucose is the most important need of the brain. In addition to oxygen, in addition to oxygen, in addition to oxygen, like oxygen is the first, go to where there's free clean air. You see? Clean air. Clean air. Oxygen. You see? So, in addition to oxygen, glucose is the most important need of the brain. But not just any source of glucose is healthy. You see? It has to come from foods rich in vegetable fiber. You see? Glucose comes from the digestion of food and from stocks in the liver in the form of glucogen. So, glucose, which kinds of foods carry glucose? We can have grains, you see? We can have cassavas, sweet potatoes, rice, and all lots of grains have fiber. And they are number two food that the brain really needs. You see, the brain needs oxygen, and number two, it needs glucose. So we must feed the brain first. So in every meal you take, you must ensure that glucose is number one, and not only glucose, glucose rich in vegetable fiber, not glucose, because even Swiss have glucose, you see. So glucose rich in vegetable fiber. So we should really take care when we feed even our kids, because when we start early enough, their brain grow strong and healthy. They have a healthy brain, so they come out strong and straight thinkers. So we should take care of the brain. Like God really started to do that. He put he closed the brain and made it the number one protected organ of the body. You see? So we should really do that. The habits of daily living influencing the good condition of the brain. You see, especially good hydration, like when you drink a lot of water. You see, we have been advised by the doctors. I'm not a doctor. We have been advised by the doctors that we should take 6 glasses of water per day. A glass of water is like close to this cup of mine. Sure. So we should drink at least 6. We should drink at least 6 glasses of water per day. You see, we should drink 6 glasses of water per day. That's straight from the doctors. You see, so it helps. Rest. That's a number 2. Exercise that we should do. We should rest. That's why God gave us the night to be resting. You see, you work through the day, but 12 hours of the night you rest. You see, because He knew, God knew that we need rest for the brain to function well. We need rest. So you find some people do shifts, double shifts, like day until night, from 7 a.m. in the till in the night, or some go through the night, double shifts. That's wrong. That's definitely wrong, because the brain needs to rest. You see? So don't overwork yourself. We should not be lovers of money. I know money is good, but we should not be lovers of money. Put money at our number first. Okay, to me, I'm a believer. God is my number one, but money is an essential thing, but we should not consider it more than even our lives, because so many things are happening that money cannot solve. You see, money cannot save you to go to the grave. You'll definitely go. You see, like for example, I can say, I'm sorry to say this, for some of us, we still grieve our honorable Prime Minister Raila Odinga. We really loved him, but now he's no more. Why? Because of the complications. You see, life complications, sickness. So take care of your body. You see, take care of your brain. Rest. Nobody should tell you that you must. That's an. You have a will. You have a free will that God gave you. Exercise it. When someone tells you that you must do something, no, tell him or her no. My free will. I'm willing. That's what you should do. God gave it to you. You are your own boss. You are your own boss. Protect yourself. You see? Yeah. So rest. Physical activity and breathing fresh air. Like we said, oxygen is number one essential thing to the brain. We should go to where there's a free flow of oxygen. That's why you mostly find ventilations uh, when in our houses there are so many ventilations to bring in air. You see, so exercise usually brings back brain dead when your brain like clogs some way, when your blood level doesn't run as required, you are being suggested to go to the gym or do some exercise. You see, and you will find out that footballers don't get don't get sick. Okay, not footballers, athletes. Those who participate in athletes don't get sick frequently. You see why? Because they exercise uh, many times. They are exercise regularly. You see, so their level of air circulation through their blood is high, so the brain gets enough oxygen. You see, so they have a very clear brain function, and it helps them, and their brain is stable. So we should do physical exercise. It's known that people who stay physically active between the ages of 20 and 60 have less risk of between less risk of suffering from Alzheimer's in the late stages of life. So, like I said, get enough sleep. Get enough sleep. Drink water. Go shower. There are some people who never shower. You see? Go take a shower and be clean. The popular expression clean blood applies to the need that the brain has for, for blood to be free of drugs, toxic substances, or an increased level of waste products. Yeah, we should keep the blood clean because it will supply oxygen, enough oxygen to the brain. You see? The nerve tissue that makes up the brain is very sensitive. The physical agents, whether mechanical or electromagnetic, despite being better protected than any other organ in the body, the brain needs physical protection. Avoid blows to the head. You see, like here in Kenya, we used to have an athlete, a boxer, a boxing champion called Conjestina Achieng. You see, but when you look at her right now, she's different from what she used to be back then as a champion. You see, you can say that the way she talks mm, is different from the way she used to be entirely, because I can say that she slowly is becoming like disturbed. not okay, you see. Mentally. So there were rumors though that she uh, she almost lose it in life, but good Samaritans came and picked her up. So we should protect our brain at all costs. You see this bone is called a frontal bone. It protects the forehead. This is not the forehead. It protects the brain. You see, that's the number one. The number one bone. There's a bone, and then that close to the ear is a temporal bone, occipital bone, nasal bone is here. You see, ethmoid bone is close to the eye, and then mandible. You see, mandible is here, and mastoid process is in the back of the head. So we definitely the upper maxillary bone is here. So we should really take care of our brains. You see? Yeah. So in contrast to the strong physical protection that the brain has been endowed with, I told you God really protected the brain. It's the number one organ in the body that God protected. You see, the number one. Yeah. Not the heart, not the pancreas, not the liver, not the lungs. The brain was the number one organ that God really protected. You see, and always there's a reason for that because He's God and He knows best. You see, I'm a believer. Like I said yesterday, I'm a believer. I'm a strong believer, and I tell you for a fact that there's a reason for it. It's not a coincidence or it's not for granted. God did not just create things out of, you see, He planned everything. So, in contrast to the strong physical protection that the brain has been endowed with, vulnerable to certain chemical substances. You see, uh, that can get to it through the bloodstream by crossing the hematoencephalic barrier, such as ethylic alcohol and other addictive drugs. So alcohol and drugs are almost, you see, are our number one enemies. Alcohol and drugs. Okay, right now I'm streaming at 9. Not I'm streaming at 11. So if you go for example to the bus right now, to the towns, you see what's happening. You see, to the clubs, you see, it's all over. It's wine and alcohol and drugs everywhere. So we should definitely, if we can, we should avoid alcohol, substances and drugs, because it is the number one enemy of the number one protected organ in the body. You see, alcohol, substances, and drugs are the number one enemies of the number one protected organ in the body. So we should do away with it. We should do away with alcohol. We should do away with drugs. You see, as much as we can. Those are our main enemies. Why did God protect the brain first? Because when your brain is dead, my friend, you are normal. You see, you are normal. The brain death into a human being. You see, so we should take care of it. So avoid alcohol. Experimental research has definitely shown that as alcohol consumption causes neuron death. You see, it causes neuron death. So kindly, by the way, I ask myself, you know very well that this is poison, and you spend a lot of money buying it and taking it, not blindly. You see, every single day. So guys, it's not worth it. You see, it's not worth it. So at least give yourself some pity yourself. That's what I can say. Drink tea, like I, you see. Pity yourself, guys. So take care of your brain. Abstain from tobacco. The nicotine in tobacco causes vasoconstriction of the cerebral arteries, which limits blood flow to the brain and the oxygen supply to the neurons. You see? Narcotic drugs. Let's say cigarettes. You see? Despite the apparent stimulus and well-being produced by tobacco, its true effect on the brain is like a slow neuron destroying poison. So definitely it's a no. Smoking is a silent killer, because not only the lungs it destroys, but the brain too. So smoking is a silent killer, and I tell you for a fact that there's no comeback to it. When it hits you hard. You see? When it hits you hard. There's no comeback to it. So instead of fighting to get how you can be cured, instead of fighting to get how you cannot die, you should at least fight not to take it in the first place, because it wastes your money, time, you see, and it will cost you at the end of the day. You see? After all that struggle, it will cost you. So we should, and we should, and we should, and we can do it, by the way. Like I told you, and I will tell you again, and tomorrow I'll tell you, and I'll tell you, I tell my friends, I tell my people, I tell my family. You see, you have a free will. That's the gift that God gave it to you, and you should exercise it wisely. You see, free will. You have nothing else. That house you are talking about, that you have, that house is not yours. It can go anytime. That car can get an accident anytime, or if it is from loan, the loan people can come and take it, or there can be a war in the country you are in. You see, that car can be lit fire, can be damaged, can get like what you have right now. Don't consider like your wealth, your money, the women. No, those things go away. They come, they go. Those are gifts that God has blessed to us, that we should that should make us comfortable for now, that we should share with our brothers. You see, God gave us those gifts to share and to make us comfortable. But God did not give us those things because He wanted us to own them. No, we are to use them to worship Him. That house, you should use it to worship Him. That car He gave you, you should use it to worship Him. You see, that money He gave you lots of it, you should use it to worship Him. You see, so that free will, you must. Oh, sorry. You must try as much as possible to use it, to exercise it, the free will. There are plants used as world that can be toxic to the brain. Plants, huh? There are some plants used in some countries that can be toxic to the brain. Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? Is it clear? There are some plants used in some areas, in some countries, that are toxic to the brain. Habitual consumption of certain plants foods can damage neurons and cause serious brain injuries, leading to paralysis or intellectual deterioration. This is because these plants contain neurotoxins. You see? In some cases, proper processing of these plants allows elimination of their neurotoxins, but this does not always happen in developing countries. Like for the countries that have developed, it's being processed well. You see, but to the developing countries, we are still lacking the equipment to process the plants to be good for human consumption. A seed that is similar to peas used in Africa and Asia for its nutritional value. In Southern Europe, it was used during times of famine. In its raw state, it contains neurotoxin that causes paralysis and several nerve disorders. Soaking and proper soaking, like when you soak it in water, soaking and proper cooking destroy this toxin. Therefore, well soaked and cooked is no problem to use grass peas. The grass peas. Cassava is more drought resistant than the sweet variety that is usually grown, but it contains much more cyanide. Quinsago, the seeds from this palm-like tree are used for flour on the island of Guam, Rota, and Marianas in Western Pacific. However, they contain a neurotoxin. You see? Moldy sugarcane. There's a type of sugarcane called moldy. Fungi, arrhythmian, responsible for the production of mold on sugarcane, produces nitropropionous acid and neurotoxic myco, my, mycotoxin. Eating moldy sugar cane causes a comatose state that could last from 7 to 40 years. The coma resolves spontaneously but leaves permanent effects such as spasmodic movements in the leaves. Moldy sugarcane. Moldy sugarcane. I don't know if it's. I don't know if it's. It can be found in these areas of ours because Kenya. We have a dream of being like. We have a dream of being like Singapore, but we are not yet there. But I know definitely we will be there at some point, at some day. We will reach there.
Mopping takes forever. The flat microfiber self-press mop makes it fast and easy. No more wringing by hand or bending over.
Regular irons are heavy, bulky, and hard to carry. This one isn't. Meet the portable iron, lightweight, compact, and travel ready. It heats fast and smooths wrinkles in seconds. Perfect for home, office, or trips. Enjoy a special discount plus free delivery for a limited time. Portable iron, press smart, anywhere. Regular irons are heavy. one isn't. Meet the portable iron, lightweight, compact, and travel ready. It heats fast and smooths wrinkles in seconds. Perfect for home, office, or trips. Enjoy a special discount plus free delivery.
Oh God. Let's continue, guys. I was having a break. So let's continue from where we stopped. So, guys, we should really take care of our brains, as I said, and that is the most important thing that we will be doing for us. Because we should definitely do that for us. Chemical protections for the brain. Toxic free radicals that cause brain damage can easily be neutralized with the antioxidants present in plants. Some plants, protection against free radicals, antioxidants are molecules that are capable of neutralizing free radicals. You see? we should take for example, plants that are rich in vitamin C, vitamin E, and flavonoids. Oxygenous antioxidants are obtained from foods and medicinal herbs. They must be consumed daily. They must be consumed daily, at least. So those are those who survive with the garlic cabbage. My friends, we should pull out. We should come up strong enough for our bodies. We should fight for our bodies. You see, balance between free radicals and antioxidants. When the number of free radicals is greater than the number of antioxidants, neurons are subjected to an oxidative stress due to excess oxidation. You see, in this situation, neurons can degenerate, giving rise to a loss of intellectual power, cognitive deterioration, and disease such as Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. The condition of modern life worsened by artificial foods. Yeah. So, the condition of modern life worsened by artificial foods and chemical contaminations promote imbalance in favor of free radicals. You see, so foods are like processed foods, artificial. So we should take care. We should really be vigilant in what we eat. So microbiological protection for the brain. Meningitis is inflammation of the meninges covering surrounding the brain. It may be caused by viruses, bacteria, or fungi. Protection is based on basic standards of hygiene. You see, avoid crowds, avoid nightclubs, and frequent hand washing helps because hands is the main or the most part used, and it's used to carry dirt and germs. So guys, thank you so much for that, and that is what I had for you today. Unless you have something for me that we can talk about. Kindly like my live, tap the screen. Kindly like my live, tap the screen. Give me some likes. Kindly give me a minute. 1 minute, 1 minute. Nakutetea.
Hmm?
Nakutetea.
Sema nimeacha kwa hii ya chuma. Sitaki utoe nini. Ukiona tu hata nimekona.
Okay. Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm back like I never left. Okay, guys, let's continue. Let's continue with our lives. Let me try and do another. I don't know if I can be able to do another 1 hour. Or another 30 minutes. It's important to me. It's important to me because I need the watch hours. I really need the watch hours, so I went through a text in the morning about YouTube creation, and I found out that we are doing it in a wrong way. We are doing it in a wrong way. So I had to delete some of my shorts. I had to delete some of my shorts. I deleted 15 shorts today because according to what I saw and felt, I was really doing it wrongly, you see. So I had to delete 15 videos, 15 shorts, and one long video to just not to do it more, not to go far with it, because it would have taken me a long time to do that, but it would have I would have I would have wasted my time in vain, because eventually YouTube would have told me to go back and delete the videos that I did. I was posting a comedy videos, and then I came, because I shifted from the area I used to be, so it was difficult to continue with my creation, with the content I was doing, because I shifted now from the area I used to be to where I am now. So the environment made me realize that I could not continue with the creation, with the comedy that I used to do, because the environment changed. So I had to create something, because I always post. I like just creating videos and posting, you see. So when I don't post, when 2 days go by I don't post, I feel sick. So I was tired of waiting for me to go back and continue shooting my videos, my comedy videos back then. So I started creating my other videos from my phone, you see. But I came to realize that that I could not cope with the channels who are doing the same thing and who majorly were focused on that kind of niche. You see? So I was destroying my channel for something that won't last. So I had to go back and delete. I had to go back and delete some videos. You see? So that's what I did. I went back and deleted so many videos because it was not adding me any value. Because after all that, I wouldn't have. I will have still deleted the videos. You see? So that's what happened today. Okay, let me take you again back. So they say the quality as well as the quantity of food eaten, the quality as well as the quantity of food eaten have a decisive influence on brain function. You see? So the amount of food that you eat, the amount of food that you eat, and the quality of that food that you eat determines how your brain is. You see? It determines how your brain is. So, due to its high oxygen consumption and the hard work it carries out, free radicals accumulate in the brain's neutrons. You see? If these free radicals are not properly neutralized, if these free radicals are not properly neutralized with antioxidants, digestive diseases such as Alzheimer's or Parkinson occur. So, beta carotene, vitamin C and E, and plant pigments such as anthocyanins and chlorophyll are powerful oxidants that protect neurons, neutralizing the free radicals that damage them. You see? Blueberries and blackberries, black currants, strawberries, and black olives are rich in anthocyanins, plant pigments that have an oxidant action. The foods and plants overeating attracts blood to the stomach and other digestive organs, reducing the blood supply available to the brain. After a large meal, brain performance decreases. You see? Eat healthy fats, fats that are healthy. The brain needs healthy fats as it has a high proportion of this neutron, greater than that of any other organ. The following foods are Good source of healthy fat. Virgin olive oil, walnuts, almonds, flax seeds. I've gotten them? I hope so. Okay, neuroprotectors. Are you interested? No? You're not interested? Are you interested, guys? So that I tell you the neuroprotectors. Like my like my live, my friends. Tap the screen, give me some like. Taking good care of the brain today is more possible than ever. Neuroprotective foods and plants confirmed by science. The best source of neuroprotectors are plant foods in their neuro state of minimal processed and certain medicinal herbs such as ginkgo biloba. Yes, so guys, like I always say, it's upon you, my friends. It's upon you to protect yourself. It's upon you to fight for your bodies. It's upon you to be your own boss. Tell yourself something good and feel good about it, and go straight and do it. You see, something that can build you, something that can encourage you and push you a little bit more from what you are now. Oh, it's possible. It's possible, and it's really possible. The health of a person is number one thing that we should take care of. Our health is a number one thing that we should take care of. Everything else is secondary or should be secondary. Everything else should be secondary. You see? Everything else should be secondary. Tap the screen, guys. Tap the screen, guys. So you see, there are so many ways that we can protect the brain, physically, mentally, what we eat, how you do your things. Okay. Psychologically, we can be affected still. So psychological and spiritual care. We should complete. Okay, complete health also includes psychological and spiritual well-being. You see, avoid stress. Stress is the number one killer of so many people. Like stress. Stress is the number one stimulator of so many diseases that nowadays kill like people. In research involving humans, it has been seen that high doses of cortisol that can damage the brain and causes deterioration of the memory and other cognitive functions. Cortisol is a hormone produced by the adrenal gland that increases the situation of sustained stress. Keep active. intellectually. Control what enters through the senses. The brain continually receives enormous amounts of information by way of the senses. Amounts of information by way of the senses, primarily the senses of sight and hearing. Eye and ear connects directly to the brain. Eye and ear. You see, the eyes and the ear, the neutrons connect directly to the brain. So we should take care of those things because we should moderate what we are saying. You see, when you see too much, too much death. For example, in battlefields, you see, when you see too much death, people dying, like here and there, your friends are dying, your family are dying, it will psychologically affect you. You see, for example, those countries that have experienced war, I'm telling you the truth that you will be psychologically stressed out. You'll not be okay psychologically. So control what you see, what you're seeing. You see, control it. Don't see it. You see, what I'm trying to say is that you get busy. Just be busy. That one will help you. Be busy. It will really help you. Okay. Take care of feelings. Feelings are an important ability of the mind. Feeling located in some parts of the brain. Every human needs to receive affection as well as give affection, and in doing so, both intellectual and brain performance are improved. Taking care of affections and correctly directing them is also a way to take care of the brain. The delicate balance of the brain chemistry is altered when affections go untended or out of control. I feel tired. So guys, I'm really sleepy. I think I'll end my live at that point. Till tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me in this live. Thank you. Kindly subscribe, like, and subscribe my channel for more. Thank you. Good night, everyone.